everyone, it's Elaine Tom. You can find me on Instagram as Elaine Tom. You can find me on Ravelry as Elaine Maxeb. You can find me on Etsy as Nabi Wool Studio, my hand-dyed yarn. And you can find me on Facebook, and I think that's it. So, last episode I had said that I probably was not going to make any more episodes. I kind of was going to stick with that. And then I got some really wonderful messages. And also I decided, excuse me, to keep my knits of 2025 in a separate bag, all my FOs so far. And so that I can do one of these episodes. I don't know if I would do all that I knit in 2025, but right now it's sort of manageable with the amount I have. I'm not quite sure how many there are here, but anyway, so let's just do that. I'm not going to go into any whips. I'm just going to do the FOs of this year. So the first thing I finished in 2025 is, and sorry that a lot of these are sort of wrinkled because they're stored away, is the Regalia from Zenit Knits, and I use Hillsrock Solia for both, but the main color I also held mohair. It's the Kremke mohair, and so there's lace and color work and baubles, and it was really, really wonderful to knit, and I think it turned out well. So that was number one. And sorry if you hear some plastic because there's the storage bag is here. So I finished that on January 6th. And then my next piece was the Carlotta by Morka Knits. And this yarn was kindly gifted to me or supplied to me from the designer to do the test knit. So all of it is with Filcolana Pernilla. So, yeah. The gauge is, you're using a 4.5 needle, but because it's slip stitches every other row, it's a lot of knitting at the end. I thought it would go fast until I realized when I was actually doing it. It took me a very long time, but I think the finished results was worth it. So that was number two. And if I go through these sort of quickly, I'm sorry, you can find out all the details on my Ravelry. So then I finished Sleeping Beauty by Eleanor Mortensen. So I use BC Garn Shetland, I use Mondeem, and this is Isker Alpaca 2. So that was that. Eleanor Mortensen, Sleeping Beauty was number 3. And number 4 would be the Orta. And this was for Arlene Soup. And the main is BC Garn Samila Pura. And the gold and the pink are Nabi Wool Studio, my hand-dyed. And then the sort of lavenderish color is Aster from Durum de Natura. You'll see. So that's the Orta. So far that's 4. And then I finished something I've been wearing a lot, so it's a little worn. It's the Big Bobble Crop from Caitlin Hunter. And this I used Sanus Garn Borsted Alpaca. And it's these huge baubles, and I've worn it over something and sleeveless, and it's very versatile. So that is number 5. Number 6, I do not know what it's going to be called because it's not released yet, and it's a design from Orlane Sue, And I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but it is knit with my hand dyed is the blue, and the gold or mustardy color is Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino. So that's that one. And then I have just had it. Okay. This is the Foggy sweater. And this is designed by Hiromi Nagasawa. And there's this detail on the sleeves. The decreases on the sleeves are, can you see it? Sorry about the lighting. It's raining here and the light is bad. So I use Camaro Schneffnug for this, and this was also in my stash for a while. It's a great staple piece, I think. Then I knit the Chic scarf from Bernice Lim, and this is using my hand dyed. It was yarn sent to me from Gullet Farm, and I dyed it, and it's sort of a one skein thing. I use less than one for the Chic scarf here. It's a little scarflet. It has chevrons. And then what did I knit? I knit the rib stitch sweater, which is this one. And this was designed by Noriko Ichikawa, and it is using Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. And even more special now that we know that Brooklyn Tweed is not producing yarn anymore, but it's a broken rib sweater. And the color showing up on the screen is horrible. Then I knit the Moonflower sweater from Knitting for Breakfast, and I used BC Garn Shetland for most of it. All of these colors are BC Garn Shetland except for the deep red, which is the Issachar Alpaca 2. So it's all over color work. I made mine short sleeves, and yes, that was also loads of fun to knit. Then a really fun sweater is my sheep sweater from Rosa Pomar, and this is using the Retrosaria Pegcule and Lana Robla as the sheep, and you can find that yarn at Retrosaria also. So then the next one is my 1983 sweater from Maxime Sear. Sorry. It's using stash I had. It's all Fiber Company lore, and there are some 3-color rows, and the Moonflower tee also had was it 3-color rows and maybe 4-color rows, but yeah. So here we go, and that's a 1983 from Maxime Sear. Sorry, my pronunciation is bad. And then the latest thing I've shown on Instagram is the Seafairdy from Gudrun Johnston, and this is again using BC Garn Shetland. Let me just check. It is using BC Garn Shetland for basically, I think, all the colors except for the deep red again, which is the Issachar Alpaca 2. And that is my Fair Isle vest with steeks, and I really love it. Then this has not been released yet, but it is the test knit from Gregoria Fibers. This is the Eliza top, and I use shepherd's wool, Stonehenge shepherd's wool, and it's a great summer top. She used BC Garn silk of some sort, and I'm not really a knitter that likes to use anything other than wool, so I decided wool was going to be good for me, and that's what I did. So that's that. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 FOs so far, and only one was not a top of some sort. So we're starting May now, and we'll see how far I get in May. I've been traveling. I actually went home for 2.5 weeks, and I thought I'd get a lot more done, but I didn't. I ended up doing all kinds of things with the kids and driving around a lot and being the chauffeur, and we also took a day trip to Philadelphia and saw some things there. I got to go to Kelbourne Woolens and bought a little something there also. But so far that's 14 FOs for 2025. Let's see what we do for the rest of the year. I think last year I had 60 FOs, so far it's not, I'm a little slow compared to last year. But we'll see, right? There's still quite a bit of time in 2025. So I hope you like seeing my FOs so far this year. And if I can work myself up to it, maybe I'll show you my current whips, which there are a lot of. And I'm sorry about the mess in the background. Also, this is where I sit and knit most of the time, my desk. And hope you have a good week. See you soon.